Hey guys, Todd here with another video for you. Today is a little bit different video from what I'm normally used to doing. It's a tech survey from one of my viewers. Like I said in my previous channel update video, you're going to see some new content on here, so don't be alarmed. I hope you guys like it. And as always guys, if you have any suggestions for any content you'd like to see on here, or you have ideas you'd like to see me to do, personal videos, tech reviews, you name it, please leave it down on the comment on this video. And I'm really open to your guys' suggestions. I know a lot of people on YouTube probably isn't, but I'm totally open to your suggestions. I'll do anything that you guys want. You know, reasonably. I'm not going to do, jumping off buildings and stuff like that, but I'm just saying, anything that you would love to see, I'm here to, make you guys happy and see content that you want. But I mean, I'm still going to stick to my content that I like to do as well. But anyway, like I said, this is a tech survey here that I got sent over, and if you'd like to send me a tech survey, by all means, go ahead. It's toddrecommends@gmail.com. Just send it on over me. Put your information in there, like any link that you want me to promote. But anyway, this is from Cody, and I'll put his links below. And anyway, so let's get started, guys. His first question is, what is your primary operating system? Well, obviously, guys, it's Mac OS X, but I do use Windows 7 at work. His second question is, how many computers do I own? Well, I own a MacBook Pro, and I own a Mac Pro. So I own two real computers, and then I guess you could say two iOS devices. I own an iPhone and the iPad, which is the iPad 2, iPhone 4. And the MacBook Pro is a 2007 model when they switched over to the Intel processors, and my Mac Pro is the mid-2010 quad-core. Alright, on to his third one. Are they desktops or laptops? I pretty much cover that. I have one laptop and one desktop. I used to have an iMac, but I traded it in to get the Mac Pro, which I have a video on there to search. What is my favorite tech movie? Ooh, that's a tough one. It would either have to be Hackers or Pirates of Silicon Valley, which I just recently purchased from Amazon, and I revisited it. I remember seeing it when it was on TV. Awesome movie. If you're an Apple, Microsoft fan, definitely go check out that movie if you've never seen it. And also Hackers is I'm sure if you're a geek, you've seen the movie Hackers. If not, Google it, and trust me, you will not be disappointed. It's a little dated, but it's still good. What is my... Okay, hold on, I already read that. How many iOS devices do I currently own? I covered that before. I have an iPhone 4 and an iPad 2. And this is the 16 gigabyte, and the iPhone is the 16 gigabyte too, if you guys were wondering. Are you an Apple developer or any developer? No, I am not, but I do have Xcode. I did download it from the App Store when it was $4.99. Now it's free, so if you didn't know that, go to your Mac App Store. You can download Xcode. If you want to do Mac applications or iOS applications, you can do it now. Apple's offering that for free. I'll expand on his question here. Have I ever thought about being a developer? I actually have. I've watched a few podcasts on Coco and how to develop, and I'm just not a developer, guys. I'm just not good with code and stuff like that. So, but I would love to, it's something that I would love to try if I had a lot of free time, but which I don't, so I just don't do it. What is my favorite application on iOS? Whew. Well, for the iPad would be Flipboard, which I'm going to probably do it. If you guys like to see a video on that, please let me know. It would probably be Flipboard. I love this game called Trade Nations. I don't know if you guys have played that. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like a Farmville style game. As far as my iPhone, I would say probably Instagram, Twitter, the default mail client. Also, I love the YouTube client on the iPad. I would say those are my top iOS apps that come off the top of my head. There's nothing really other than sticking out. If you have any recommendations for me, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear them because I'm always open to new applications. Oh, also the DC Comics application for this, amazing. If you're into comic books. What search engines do I use? Well, obviously I use Google. I've been using it for years, but sometimes I do like to use Bing for the maps. I think Bing has their maps. They have this view, I think it's Overview or Sky View, or I can't remember the name of it, but they own Google. I mean, it's amazing. You can go over it and it will actually show the 3D buildings and stuff like that. I think Google Earth does kind of the same thing, but as far as just standard Google Maps and Bing Maps, I like Bing Maps, so I use Bing for maps and stuff like that. But pretty much, I would say 99% of the time, or 99.9% of the time, I'm using Google. Wait, no, Alta Vista. Oh, I use Alta Vista. Sorry, guys. No, I'm just kidding. If you remember that, you're old, just like me. Have you developed a website before? Yes, I dabbled in it. I'm currently, for ToddKEdwards.com, go check it out. Is basically, shameless plug, I know. Basically, I'm using Squarespace for that. But before, like a few years ago, I had toddrecommends.tv, where I used to do my live streams and blogging, stuff like that. I used to do coding and stuff like that, but I used to have friends that would help me out. He was a great PHP developer, and he'd help me with it. But I was trying to, you know, cut my teeth. And for my real job, guys, I'm an instructional designer, and I do basic coding and stuff like that in Dreamweaver. So, I mean, I don't consider myself a web designer, but I know enough to get stuff done. Also, would you guys be interested in live streams, as I mentioned that? I used to do them in the past. I probably wouldn't do them like I used to. I used to do them like daily. I would probably would do them once in a while, just sporadically. It wouldn't be all the time, but I would definitely put a video up to let you guys know when I'm going live. So put that in the comment sections as well if you would be interested to see me live streaming. We basically have more discussions. I love talking to you guys and talking about video games, movies, stuff like that. I'd really be open to that. Anyway, guys, moving on here. This is question number 10 if you were keeping track. What type of router do I have? Well, I have an Apple Extreme router, which I've had since 2008, but then I also have my default router that came with my ATT Uverse, so I have two routers, but most of the time I'm using the Apple Extreme because it's a faster bandwidth, so compared to my ATT Uverse, but I use both of them. And I think the ATT Uverse is I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's just your standard kind of router. Or AT&T's configuration or whatever. I think Cisco makes it though. I could be wrong. Alright, what is my favorite rumor site? Well, off the top of my head, I would have to say 9to5Mac. It used to be Mac Rumors. I mean, Mac Rumors I still like. Sometimes they're hit and miss. I like Cultamac. All the Apple ones, guys. But I truly, really do like 9to5Mac. I think they're really great. If you don't know about that one, check it out. Alright, how old were you when you started using a computer? Whew, that's a tough one because I really don't know. As far as I know, I'm 29 years old right now. I'll be 30 in December. It feels like I've been using a computer my whole life, but that's not the case because I'm one of those generations that was like, I still remember old things. You know, I remember rotary phones, and I remember a life without the internet. I remember libraries and the card catalog. Yeah, we had to learn the Dewey Decimal System and all that crap when I was in school. But I remember having an Apple computer way back in the 80s, and we used to play, it escapes me, Oregon Trail and all those games. I didn't have my first computer, a family computer, until about 1995. We got Windows 95, and then that's basically when I became a geek. So I would say probably I started to use a computer when I was probably about 13 or 14, like on a regular basis. But I mean, probably the first time I started was probably 8 or 9 years old. I really couldn't tell you guys. What drew me to tech? Well, I've kind of already covered this in a previous video, is how did you get into technology. I kind of explained my past, and that was for you guys to explain yours, which I got some responses which were really interesting and I enjoyed. If you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it, and please post your response. But what drew me to tech? I think I've just always been a geek. I consider myself a closet geek. I was kind of ashamed of being a geek for so long. Because I was brought up and I was a jock and I played baseball, sports, all that stuff. And it wasn't until when we got our first family computers, when I really started getting into geeky stuff. And what basically really drew me to it was web design and the internet. I always wanted to be a web designer and do web pages. So I did learn HTML back then. But guys, the web things have changed so much that it's ridiculous. I mean, if you don't keep up on these things, you're pretty much lost. So I think that's what it was, web design and just the internet in general, and of course the movie Hackers. Do I enjoy photography? And if so, what camera do I use? Well, I do enjoy photography. My dad actually, he used to take a lot of pictures. He had an old, I think a Nikon 35mm camera with all these different lenses. So I mean, I grew up around it. My dad he'd just being an amateur photographer. He's not professional, I think. But the camera I do have right now is a Canon. It's just a simple Canon. It's the PowerShot A31 or 3100IS. It's got a 12.1 megapixels. It's a pretty decent camera. I got this at Best Buy, I think like 7 or 8 months ago on pretty good deal. I think it was like 200 bucks. Takes pretty good pictures, but I'm one of those people that, like, I have so many gadgets on me. I always have my iPhone or I have my iPad or my computer, and it's like I don't want any more. So I'm pretty much, if I do take any pictures, it's with my iPhone, or I just don't take pictures, which that's something I really want to work on. Am I computer obsessed? Sometimes. sometimes I really do get obsessed. I think I'm more internet obsessed than I am with the computer, but I think computer with me is just a tool. I do produce music and stuff like that, you know, so I mean, I'm always on the computer. I work all day on the computer, 8 hours a day. You know, my job consists using a computer. So I think if you took the computer away from me, or my iPhone or my iPad, I think I would have withdrawal symptoms. I think most of us would. I think we're all obsessed with the computer. I think we're obsessed with the internet more, but yeah, I would consider myself obsessed with the internet. Or obsessed with computers, sorry. Number 19, if you were keeping count again. What is the geekiest thing I have done? Well, recently I went to the beach, and guess what? I took my iPad and my iPhone. Yeah, who goes to the beach and brings gadgets? And because, you know, obviously when you're on the beach, you can't see the damn things anyway because the sun blocks it. So if you're on an umbrella, smart move, don't go to the beach without an umbrella over you. Well, here in Florida, it's, you know, the sun's pretty powerful and you get sunburned within 15 minutes or so. So, because I'm a geek, I have really white skin. So I don't like to be out in the sun, but I do like to go to the beach just to relax. So I think that's the most geekiest thing I am. I have a picture of myself with my iPad on my lap and then me checking my iPhone doing a Twitter. I don't know why I wasn't doing it on my iPad. Well, at the time it's because I didn't have tethering on my iPhone. Now I do. Which I think is a great deal. If you didn't know, what AT&T does is they drop your data plan, your $30, and then they add on the tethering, which is $50. So basically all you're doing is you're paying $20 more for tethering. Alright, and the last question he has here. What are good tips for aspiring YouTubers? Whew, that's a tough question because I'm still an aspiring YouTuber. I don't consider myself, you know, in the terms of the creative one, John for Lakers, Soldiers Know Best, DRB UK. The list goes on, guys. You guys all watch them or all subscribe to them. I am too. I've been watching them for years. John for Lakers, I've actually been watching since he posted one of his first videos, which when he unboxed the MacBook Pro. That's the reason I actually went Mac. But I guess just do what you love. Be very passionate about it. Be truthful to all of your subscribers, and don't take them for granted. And try to always comment on everything. Everyone that comments on your videos, make sure you reply to every single one of them. I know it's really tough. Sometimes I have trouble doing it, but I always try to at least say something to everybody's response, just so they feel like, you know, I'm not ignoring them. And I do appreciate you guys commenting and watching my videos and engaging in the community with me. I really do. I don't take this for granted. I know I was away for about a year, but you know, I wasn't feeling the tech stuff because I moved away. I mean, I moved and my whole life basically changed last year. So that's why I was absent for a while, but now I'm back in the good place and I'm hitting it full force like I used to, guys. Other than that, just do what you love and do it honestly. I think that's a quote from a song or something. Other than that, just and always pick topics that you're interested in, because if you're interested in them, you won't get bored. Other than that, guys, like I said, if you have a tech survey or if you have a video idea or anything or any suggestions, feel free to leave it below in the comment section, or you can send me an email at toddrecommends@gmail.com. As always, guys, you can follow me up on Twitter. It's twitter.com/ToddKEdwards. If you like this video, please let me know. Push the like button. Check out all my other videos, all the ones that I mentioned before. As always, I'll put Cody's links below. Please be sure to check them out. And if you would like to send me a survey, like I said before, just please list your links below and I will put them in the video. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.